Nation, we are 2 days away from game day. Let's talk about it. Good Raider Nation. Shout out to everybody that is joining me right now. I know it's a little late, but I still want to come on and we're going to preview the Steelers and the Patriots. My internet's a little wonky right now. I'm seeing it. I'm going to try to maybe move a little bit closer here, guys, to the box. Maybe that would help. But yeah, shout out to everyone that is joining me tonight. We're going to preview, like I said, the Raiders and Steelers. I wanted to give our final injury report until game day. So going into the injury report, it is still looking like the same. It's looking like they are going to play, and starting with the Illuminor and Deron Harmon, they are going to start for the Raiders at their respective positions. Our offensive line is now our depth pieces are taking a hit. With Alex Bars, our guard, he's questionable. He was limited yesterday. Jackson Barton, our offensive tackle backup, he was limited from Wednesday and Thursday and was questionable. Butler, he was limited on Wednesday and Thursday and is also questionable, along with Dylan Parham and Zamir White. They are questionable with a knee and an ankle injury. And then Rockinson, guys, he is out. I suspected that he was going to be out, still dealing with that knee injury. So he will be missing the game against the Steelers. For the Steelers, Terrell Edmunds, he did not practice all week. I'm assuming he's out. It's weird because the game status has unspecified. Likely out because he did not practice all day. Cameron Hayward, he did not practice, but this was a coach's decision. They wanted him to rest, and same with Larry Ogunjobi. With Deontay Johnson, he did not practice Wednesday or Thursday. He is questionable with the toe injury. Najee Harris was full yesterday. He's likely going to play. Derek Watt's going to play. Miles Jack is questionable. Kenny Pickett is going to play. Josh Jackson is going to play despite not practicing today. Pratt Freiermuth is going to play. JC Hasnar, their center, did not practice, but it looks like he is gonna play. Like I said, they did. I think we said this on our last live that the Steelers did not practice Tuesday. They did practice Wednesday, but it was not injury related. It was something personal. He might play, he might not. I don't know the status on that. George Pickens dealing with the illness. Another player that he was actually added today. He did not practice. He did not practice with the illness, but his game status is still unknown at this point. So we'll see if he's like a game time decision or something like that. Now going into the Raiders, that is what I was going to bring up. The Raiders and Steelers all-time record. Now this is a story rivalry going back into when football was started. And we are celebrating the infamous immaculate on a tip, if you will. Franco Harris, before the ball hit the ground, Franco Harris caught it and he ran down the sideline for a touchdown. The Steelers would end up beating the then Oakland Raiders. They would beat them 13-7. Now let's go into Las Vegas Raiders versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Give me one. Now, the Raiders and Steelers have met on a total of 30 times. The Las Vegas Raiders lead the series 17-13, beating the Steelers through 4 out of the last 5 games that they played, dating back to 2012. The Raiders and Steelers met on many, many occasions. They are going on the road this year. Hopefully we can get, a home game against these boys, but it feels like we play these guys every single season. Like I said, dating back to 2012, the Raiders are 4-5 against the Steelers, playing them 5 times. The last 2 meetings, the Raiders are on a win streak of beating the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2018, 24-21, and in 2021, 26-17. Derek Carr has played the Steelers 3 times in his career, and he is 2-1 against this squad, and he is 1-1 in the Steelers Stadium. They got a new name. I still call it Heinz Field. It is always going to be Heinz Field to me. Domenis, what's going on, my man? Shout out to you for pulling up. But this is what we got to talk about, guys, is the weather. Let's talk about this weather. It is, I believe, 7 out of the games that are going on Saturday. I think 7 of them are going to be below 10 degrees at kickoff or below 15 degrees at kickoff, and we are one of them. That has been the top storyline going into this game, aside from Franco Harris's death yesterday. RIP to a legend. They're going to celebrate him, but here we go. At kickoff, which is going to be 8 o'clock p.m., it is going to be cloudy and windy with 11 degrees. Then it's just going to get colder from there, as at 10 o'clock, around maybe close to the third quarter, is going to be 9 degrees, and then it's going to become 8 degrees. The winds are likely, okay, they're not talking about the winds. The winds, I believe, I want to see how, because it has to bring up the weather. It's going to definitely bring up the passing game. I have the wind degrees, guys, so I apologize for that. But it is going to be 11 degrees at kickoff. As we know, we do have to bring this up, and I know a lot of guys don't like me bringing this up, but we're going to bring up Derek Carr's record in cold games. He is 0-6. Let's see. So Derek Carr, the starting quarterback, is 0-6. He and the Raiders only scored 19 points in the playoff game in Cincinnati, and that is the most the offense has had under Carr in cold games. He has 5 touchdowns with 6 interceptions, and his averaging completion percentage is 57. Former coach Dak Del Rio even brought up a few years back when he was trying to be a TV analyst, and Carr reminded him that they were both part of those losses. Carr prepares for such games. It is what it is, he said. Anytime I've ever gone into one of these games, usually if it's raining or stuff like that, you can 90% of it's mentally and probably more. You just set your mind because you know they're playing in it and you're playing in it. At the end of the day, to execute at a high level. And so for us, it's all about execution of the football plays. I've learned through my career to do certain things to where it is just football, to where I don't have to do anything different. The team, we don't have to different. You just go and play football. I like that mindset that DC has bringing to the table. The only thing with Derek Carr is that your stats are not showing that you do good in cold weather games. You're 0-6. You never won any game that has kicked off at 37 degrees or lower, and you only score your highest points in those 6 games is 19 points. Like that's what one touchdown and no, not even one touchdown. I think a safety maybe, but really like 19. You're not scoring. That's 2 touchdowns and like 2 safeties or 3 safeties. So got to do better. With the Steelers defensive ranking, I went over this, guys. Like I said in our last, what was it? In our last live on the Steelers rankings for on defense, 20 or 13. Their defense is ranked 13, and they are top 5 in passing. But they do give they're top 5 or not top 5, top 10 in rushing defense, and I believe they're at the bottom of the passing game. So that's really where it's going to come down to is our passing game. But like I said, it is going to be very, very hard to stop the passing offenses, and this is going to go for or start it. This is going to go for both sides over the game, and that's going to be the game that is going. That's going to be the unit that goes out there and wins the game. Thirsty, guys. So for the Las Vegas Raiders, they are ranked 23 on defense. And then on the rushing, they are, for rushing yards, they are holding teams, and they are ranked 15. Passing yards, they are ranked 27. And then rushing touchdowns that they're giving up, they are 20th in rushing touchdowns given up, 21 touchdowns passing that they're giving up. But as we know, they are 32 in the red zone. It says here, but I feel like this ranking is wrong. It says that they're 26 in red zone touchdown percentage, but I believe that they are 32. They are giving up 100% of touchdowns in the red zone. So there's no reason they are not 32. As for the Steelers, guys, the Steelers are going to be in the red zone. They are going to be ranked 8th. And then for passing touchdowns, they are ranked 29th. So they really struggle in stopping the passing game. That's where I feel like we have to attack because they are 7th in rushing. That's not saying completely abandon the run, but Derek Carr's going to likely have to go out and win this game for us. Salute Al Van City, my guy. What's going on, man? We got people pulling up. Al's go. Salute to you. Van City, salute to you. Demenis, salute to you. And then let's go into our offense, guys. Since we're talking about it, we got to see which offense is going to wake up. Is it going to be the Raiders' running game? I can't really answer that. Good rushing defense, 7th ranked in the NFL. After last week's game, hopefully this is a confidence boost for Derek Carr and the passing offense. The Raiders are being at rank number 10, and then for the passing touchdowns, they are 9th in passing touchdowns, and they are 12th. They are in 22nd in rushing touchdowns, 12th in overall touchdowns. But this is where the Raiders hurt. I'm looking at the stat sheet, guys, right here, and it's like all green and yellow. You know, this could be probably the best, but there's a big blob of red right near the red zone. Red zone touchdowns, they are ranked 25th. Red zone touchdown percentage, they are ranked 28th. That's on that, guys. The Raiders only have 19 total touchdowns in the red zone. Scoring out of 100%, they are scoring 48.7% of the time that they are in the red zone. This is very, very just disgusting to look at. You have a top unit, and get in the bed in the red zone. You can get from the goal line to the 20, but once you get in the red zone, you're just completely shitting the bed. As for the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Steelers are ranked 27th overall offense. For their passing yards, they are ranked 24th. For passing touchdowns, guys, they are 2nd. For the rushing yards, they are ranked 18th. And for rushing touchdowns, they are ranked 9th. For red zone touchdowns, they are ranked 11th. And for red zone touchdown percentage, they are ranked at 5. This is a offense that is going to rely on the run game. And as we've seen with Ramondre Stevenson, he had maybe a career day against the Raiders running defense. And like I said, let's look at the defense one more time. For the rushing defense that, they're allowing about their 15th ranked in rush yards allowed, and they are 17th in rushing attempts against them. So, a lot of teams are I can see that going up. A lot of teams didn't rush on the Raiders earlier in the season, but lately they've been getting exploited in the middle of the line, and they've been getting ran on for big gains. They're 20th in rushing touchdowns also, guys. This is going to be a very, very defensive game. I don't see this really get to high scoring. They said Wi-Fi kind of choppy. I know Osgos. I'm trying to work. I try to work it around, man. I try to work it around. Tomb Raider McDaniels must prove he can't be outclass head coaches. And Tomb Raider, you are absolutely right, because just like this is an evaluation of the players like Derek Carr, maybe Darren Waller, maybe Hunter Renfrow, maybe on the defense side, maybe some of these young guys like maybe Sam Webb, maybe Trayvon Merrick, Isaiah Palomalu. Why can't McDaniels get like an evaluation? Not saying like, oh, if he does bad, he get fired, but you gotta like Mark Davis look at this guy and be like, man, is he the answer? Is he the answer for this Raiders team? But I would personally say he is right now. Of course, I got to still see it. Hopefully it comes, to reality that next season, we're going to have a better season than this, that Josh McDaniels is finally going to lead his guys. Because, yes, McDaniels has to prove the Mike Tomlins, the Andy Reids, the Callahan's of the world. If you could go out and beat those guys by just coaching them, you have a chance of staying long-term here. Garrett Parker, 49ers versus Raiders. Can't wait. By the way, guys, Parker over here is a 49er fan. We got to get him to the dark side, guys. We got to get Garrett Parker to the dark side. No Niners fans should not be born a Niners fan, man. Like, the dark side is where it's at. But then when we don't want whiner fans. We don't want whiner fans, guys. We don't want whiner fans. So for the leading Pittsburgh Steelers, Kenny is the lead yards. He is the tied on dude, I'm looking at these stats and I'm just like, how are we not? If we do not stop the pass at all on defense, I'm going to flip my mind, because the stats are blowing my mind, guys. He has 10 games played, but that that's they played 14 as a team's 4 games. Kenny Pickett has 1,797 yards passing, but he's tied for first with Mitch Trubisky with 4 touch passes. Kenny Pickett has thrown 8 interceptions, has gotten sacked 24 times. That's not a lot. Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line is really good, but their quarterback is having some growing pains. Kenny Pickett is having those weeks that he's making. He's not throwing a lot of touchdowns. And like I said, it seems that, the Steelers are relying on their – you got Najee Harris with 790 yards with 6 touchdowns rush. The next guy to him is Kenny Pickett with 3 touchdowns rushing. So he has a combination of 4 touchdowns. It's a 7 touchdown combination, but still he has more turnovers than he does have touchdowns. You got to take advantage of that if you're the Raiders defense. As for Deontay Johnson, who is questionable, like I said, and looks maybe to be a game time decision, because he did not practice all. Yeah, he did not practice for Wednesday and Thursday and was listed as questionable. But if he did not, that's not a good sign that he did not practice. Maybe it's rest, and maybe it's more time that he can, rest it to get ready for game day. But we'll have to see. But yeah, so Deontay Johnson, he has no touchdowns on the season, but he leads the Steelers in receiving yards. As for the leader in receiving touchdowns, that is George Pickens and Pat Freiermuth, both having 2 touchdown receptions. As for their leaders in the sack department, we have Alex Highsmith, who has 11 sacks on the season. TJ Watt has 4, and Cameron Hayward has 6.5 sacks. These 3 guys we have to watch out for. They can show what he can bring to the table. He is going to give whoever he's going against a hard time on the outside. We have to look where Alex Highsmith, he is having himself an amazing season with having 11 sacks and 51 total tackles with 9 tackles for losses and 1 pass defended. He's having an amazing season. You got to know where he is at all over the field. Let me get Garrett. He's like, keep that energy. Van City, man. Derek Carr versus the Niners defense is going to be just like the iceberg versus the Titan. Midas Carr is more on your boat with the broken paddle. Oh, you do not seem to fail me, man, to make me laugh. But let's talk about Derek Carr, Van City. Derek Carr, of course, is the leader of the Las Vegas Raiders' offense. He has 3,348 yards passing with 23 touchdown passes, 11 interceptions, and he's gotten sacked 24 times. His completion percentage is 61.2. That's pretty decent. So, and then we got Josh Jacobs, our bell cow, with 1,495 yards. He's averaging 5.1 yards a carry with 11 touchdowns on the season. Derek Carr is the next leading rusher with 88 yards. I would love to see White get involved. I would love to see maybe Brandon Bolden get involved, Amir Abdullah, maybe even wait, that's it. Never mind. I already said Zamir White. But yeah, Zamir White, Brandon Bolden, Amir Abdullah. I would love to see them rush the ball a little more. Try to get it the load off of Jacobs. Give Jacobs some help. As in for the receiving, another man that needs help is Davante Adams. Davante Adams is doing everything. He has 86 catches on the season with out of 151 targets. He has 1,270 yards receiving, averaging 14.8 yards a catch, leading the NFL with 12 touchdown catches. He does have one fumble on the season. Mac Hollins is the next leading receiver with 628 yards and 4 touchdowns. The next receiver after that is Josh Jacobs with 363 yards receiving. We need, having Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow, just seeing what it did for them Sunday. I would love to see them get more involved. Darren Waller had that touchdown reception, but Hunter Renfrow only had one catch for yards. And Darren Waller, I believe, had maybe 2 or 3 catches in the game with the one touchdown. That, one touchdown was great, but I want to see more involvement from Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow. The reason we got Davante Adams is because we had a killer at tight end. We had a killer at the slot wide receiver position. We just needed that outside guy. We went and go get him, and now he's really the whole offense, which, you can't blame them because Davante is him. He's the best wide receiver in the game. You would just love to see kind of the gap between stats between the first wide receiver from Adams and then the second receiver in Hollins. You would like to see a closer gap between the yards receiving and maybe even the touchdowns. But it is showing that Davante Adams is doing it all. As for our sack leader, we already know our sack leader is Maxx Crosby, another guy that needs help on his side of the ball. Maxx Crosby has 78 total tackles with 11.5 sacks. Has 19 tackles for losses and 4 passes defended. He has 3 forced fumbles and 1 fumble recovery. Let me see what I have. And he also has 1 blocked kick. Chandler Jones, he has 35 total tackles, 4.5 sacks with 3 tackles for losses, 3 passes defended, 1 forced fumble, 3 forced fumbles recovered, and let me see. This is. And he has 1 touchdown to go with that, as we know. Maxx Crosby is another guy that needs help, and Chandler Jones was supposed to come in and be that guy, but 4.5 sacks. Again, I want to see them a little bit closer together. Same with the receiving game and even the rushing attack. Right now, it seems Jacobs and Davante Adams have to do it all. I want to see what can we do with depth pieces like this is Zamir White. And let's see what else can we do in there. Domenis, how do you think Illuminor is going to hold up against Watt? Domenis, I'm going to be honest. TJ Watt's going to maybe get 2 sacks on Carr against Illuminor. Illuminor has been getting better. I will say that. Illuminor has been getting better. But this is TJ Watt. TJ Watt best defenders. Yeah, he's having a down year, but again, dealing with injuries, he was, that he had to really cut back on those on the sack percent on the that he was bringing on the field. Because let's not forget, I believe when was it last year? It was last year, if I'm not mistaken, that he almost broke the sack record. I believe it was last year or in 2020. I'm not 100% sure. I think he'll get 2 sacks on him, but for the most part, I think Illuminor does hold up. But this is going to come back to play calling too, Domenis, because just like AJ said here about the snow and all that. We'll get and also salute to Raider Geo, bro. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate it, brother. Just like AJ said here, Domenis is going to be cold. It's going to be very cold. So I feel like the passing game, we're not going to see a lot of deep shots or medium takes over the middle of the field, but I feel like we're going to see a lot of quick passes. Maybe like maybe some slants, maybe some curls. Maybe over the mid. Over like maybe a drag route over the middle. I feel that's going to help Carr. You keep Carr staying upright is by having these quick passes. But if Carr is having to hold on to the ball a lot longer than usual, maybe like 5-6 seconds, Illuminor is going to have a really tough day. It's going to come back. It's going to have to come back to the play calling. It's going to have come back to Josh McDaniels calling plays and Derek Carr making the correct adjustments at the line. When you have a slant route, that's a receiver going over the middle, or you even have a drag. Basically, if you have 2 drags coming across, you could really separate the receivers, have the corners really get lost in traffic. Like I said, it's going to help Derek Carr out. If you can keep Derek Carr upright, he's likely going to have a good game. But if he starts taking quarterback hits, starts getting sacks, he's going to likely get he's going to get scared. Let's be honest. And I'm saying that because people want to call me a Carr hater. I'm saying that because that's what I see on the field. He takes a couple hits, he gets sacked, he starts then making inadvertent throws, starts always aiming for the sideline. He's always aiming to throw the way instead of taking the hit. He's always aiming to get the ball maybe to his check down real quick before they get there. Like he's going to get nervous back there in the pocket. I mean, that's for any quarterback, but with Derek, he's bad when he gets nervous. So we got to keep him upright, keep him comfortable in the pocket. Oh wait, I didn't read this one yet. Let me see. AJ, shout out to you, brother. He said, "How do you think we hold up in the snow? We've always heard how bad Carr plays in the cold." Now, JJ takeover, and it will be a Josh Jacobs takeover. You're gonna have to rely heavily on the run game. Like I said, the passing game, it's really gonna be hard to try to get that in rhythm. As for, I don't think we're playing in the snow, and if it starts snowing, well, shit, bro. Like I've never seen the Raiders play in the snow, so like I love snow games. Snow games are the best, but we've always heard how bad quote unquote bad Carr plays in the snow. The quote unquote AJ should be taken away because Carr does play bad. In fact, this is coming from the athletic.com. Derek Carr is 0-6 in cold weather games. This is games 37 degrees or less at kickoff. This is by the athletic.com. Derek Carr is 0-6. And also, the 19 points that the Raiders scored in the playoff game in Cincinnati in January, that was the most that the offense has scored under Derek in such games. Derek has 5 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, and his average completion percentage is 57%. That is not quote-unquote bad. That is bad. That is bad quarterback play in cold weather games. AJ, you're right. You're right, bro. You're right. I don't want to. You don't want to trigger any Carr fan. Look, I hear you. I hear you. I don't want to trigger them either. But facts are facts, right? The facts are the facts. Just like the facts that when he goes out there and balls out, like he had 3 touchdowns Sunday. I give him that. That's the fact. The fact is he threw 3 touchdowns. He put us in a position to win the game. I give him that. I'm like, bro, shout out to you, Derek. Like, that's what I want from you. But then there's also the facts that he sucks in the cold. There's facts that, sometimes he does lose us some games. Making inadvertent throws, costly timed interceptions, costly time, trying to do too much in a costly time. That's it's gonna come out to Derek, AJ. I'm trying to get away from that. That's the thing. That's not nothing against you or anyone that dislikes Carr or likes Carr. It's more like there's such division in the nation, right? And I don't have this platform start being divided. trying to bring us together as a fan base. I don't want to have division on our channel. I don't want to have debates. I mean, we can have debates in the chat, but like personal shots taken at one another, I don't want that. Like this channel would try to bring us together. And it feels like anytime I bring up Derek Carr, that's when the views go up, but then the debates start getting a little bit iffy in the chat. But yeah, we don't want to trigger any Carr fans, but Derek Carr is going to need help. Like, let's be honest, Derek Carr is going to need help. He's going to need help from the run game. He's going to need help from his receivers because, like I said, they're not going to be passing a lot. So with that comes that every throw is going to count. If Derek is going to be accurate, like we can even say 100% of the time, what does that matter if his receivers are dropping balls, pause if necessary? That's where I come from. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter at all. I got you, Van City. Let me see. It's not going to matter if he's dropping catches. And hey, Van City, it's funny because I know like you wrote this earlier, and I feel like you're just throwing it right back at me because I'm making those comments about the snow. But yes, you gotta utilize on catching every single pass. Every single pass is going to be very, very important to make. If Derek Carr is making that pass accurate, even 90% of the time, 100%, and these receivers are not catching it, it's going to be a long day for the Raiders offense to really get going. AJ says this time is to utilize our 5+ running backs. Bro, AJ, and this is where I will say, Josh McDaniels, your play calling has to be 100%. Your play calling has to be top notch because if you're you're using Josh Jacobs, right? And Jacobs, we've seen he's playing hurt out there. But you don't got Zamir White, you don't got Amir Abdullah, and you don't got Britton Brown out there, at least rotating. Or what's his name? I don't know how I forgot his name. Brandon Bolden. Like that's what unless Brandon Bolden. You got to utilize your running backs, just like AJ said here. 5+ running backs, really, Josh McDaniels. Utilize the 5+ running backs. Run the football. I know they're bad against the pass, but it's just not in our favor. The weather's not in the favor of passing the football. 11 degrees in Pittsburgh. Like, yeah, I'm surprised there's not a chance of snow, but it's going to be freezing out there. And I don't think a lot of these guys want a bullet of a ball to come right to their hands. But at the end of the day, they need to catch it. Raider Gio, what is your score prediction, Primo? I would say it's going to be a low-scoring game. I want to say maybe 17-14, maybe 20-17, 2016, 2019. I mean, it's going to be a very, very low-scoring game, which is actually awesome because we cannot score. So, like, it'd be the defense is used to this, but we do this. If any time is to score at least 17 points, which we can do, we can score 17 points. It would be at a time like it would be this game. You got to score 17, 20 points. If it gets anywhere above 20, I would really be shocked. And this is going for both sides. If we're able to score 20 or they're able to score like 20+ points, it would be a very shock. Like it would probably be one of my favorite snow games, like watching. Any other questions? We're gonna stay on here for a little bit more, guys. A little bit more, and then we're gonna get out of here. It's gonna be another, like I said, got work early in the morning tomorrow, so I got to catch up on some sleep. Like I said, I want to ask you guys this. Give me your guys' offensive MVPs for Saturday's game. And I would ask you guys who is going to step up on Saturday. Who is someone that you guys have been watching that hasn't been playing up to their potential, and they're going to break out game Saturday. AJ says Max is getting to Pickett a 3-burger. I hope Max does, but I want to see Chandler, man. Like Chandler has 4.5 sacks on the season. I would love to get Max Crosby, you know, more sacks, more stats. But let's get Chandler Jones some love. Let's start seeing something out of Chandler Jones. He's been picking it up. I will say that he's been picking it up these past weeks. Like I said, if we can just get some solids, and I think 2 lives ago, we can get some good corners and maybe some good safety, and really have guys, you know, play that back end well. Have like guys like Chandler Jones and Max Crosby be having like 10 plus sacks a season. That'll be good. As for my MVP, I want to give it to Max, of course, but I want to stay with Chandler Jones, just because coming off the momentum that he's had from last game, I feel like he runs into this game just ready to even take it to the next level. I predict he's going to get the three sack. AJ, I think Chandler Jones is going to get to pick it for 3 sacks. You know what? Better yet, how about we do this? Bold prediction. Max Crosby and Chandler Jones both have 3 sacks. We're going to get to pick it a total of 6 times just between Max Crosby and Chandler Jones. And who's to say we don't get to him more from the interior defensive line? That is my bold prediction. We are going to get to Kenny Pickett 6 times. So that'll be my defensive, my offensive MVP. It's funny because I want to give it to Derek, even in a cold game. But I'm going to give it to Josh Jacobs just because it's a cold weather game. They're going to utilize Josh Jacobs a lot. So Josh Jacobs is likely going to get a lot of carries, which means likely going to get a lot of yards. And, I mean, this is Josh Jacobs. I'm assuming he's going to get a lot of yards. I would say 2 touchdowns on the game Josh Jacobs will have, and likely probably the only 2 touchdowns we will ever get. But it's going to be Josh Jacobs and Max Crosby, and then the one that steps up is going to be Chandler Jones. Like I said, he's going to step up. He's going to get 3 sacks. Max Crosby is going to get 3 sacks. I just feel like this defensive unit as a whole do have a really good game. The weather is going to be a factor for the offenses, and I feel like this defense can really, you know, utilize that of inadvertent throws because I feel like they are going to happen. Raider GL says JJ and Max eats. They are going to eat. I think JJ goes at least for 80 yards and the 2 touchdowns, and then Max Crosby is going to get 3 sacks. My score prediction, like I said, is going to be under the 20s. Like I said, they could be anywhere, but there's going to be under the 20s. Scoring from both teams is probably going to be like in the maybe 30s or 25, like the 20s. But if it gets anywhere over 20 plus, I am all for that. But anyways, guys, on the way out, please, if you guys can, hit that subscribe button. We are trying to get to 500 subs by the end of the season. We would appreciate it if you just, you know, you tell a friend. As my brother Wasted has always preached to us and, you know, told many of his followers we appreciate him. Actually, we might not be going anywhere yet. We have a special appearance from a special someone. And I wish people weren't leaving on the way out already. But it is my guy. I'm waiting for him to turn his camera on. Give me a sec. Give me a sec here, guys. Hold on, Alice Ghost. We're not going nowhere. We are not going anywhere. We have I didn't think he was going to make it. I did send him the link. He told me he was on the road. I didn't think he was going to make it, but he did make it. So I'm just waiting for him to turn his camera on, and I could bring him on. Oh, he had it. Where'd he go? Come on, man. Don't be shy. We talking that Raider football, man. Don't be shy. I'm still waiting for him, guys. I'm so sorry. Still waiting for him. I don't think he's ready. But I'm going to ask you guys, what's your guys' score prediction? Raider Gio, Van C, AJ, what is your guys' score predictions? Alice Ghost, what's your score prediction? What's the score prediction, guys? While we wait for our boy to get his stuff ready here. We got a special guy coming on, and you guys know him. You guys love him. I'm just waiting for him to get his camera on so he can pop in. He might be having stage fright. We'll see. But give me you guys the score predictions. I'm going to actually give me an actual an actual score. Give me a sec. Oh, he okay, we're gonna bring him in. Hey, turn your camera on though. Turn your camera on. We got our guy. Natural
I
Nate in
know,
the building.
bro.
Hey, your
I
mic
didn't
is
know
working.
if my
Let's go.
I didn't know if my mic working. And the only way I would test, I would know if it worked is if you pulled me on. But now I know that it works. You feel me?
Yeah, we got our boy, guys. Natural Nate is back. Raiders Primos in full strength, man. It's been half of Raiders Primos because it's just been me, Nate, and I've been missing you, man. Like we got
Oh,
Raiders
yeah,
Primos
I've been
back in
just
full.
nonstop everywhere, bro.
Yeah, bro. So first, now that we got you on, man, let's get your take of the Patriots and Raiders game, man. I know we did a recap
Man,
already. But let me feeling.
bro, the Raiders game, bro, from last week. Bro, I said this when you was like on somebody else's channel. I said, "What is this type of video game finish, bro? Like this can't even happen in Madden. Like what? Like,
Bro, it
bro,
was
I was
crazy.
shocked.
Dude,
The whole Raider Nation was shocked. My whole family was shocked, bro. We didn't know what was happening, what just happened, and what we just witnessed. I I believe I was eating while that happened, and I was eating so
dude,
nervously, and then like
the whole stadium was probably on their
Stevenson looked
phones.
like he was
Or
taking it back. He was taking
yeah,
it for
no,
the
that's what I was
tutty.
scared of. Like, I was on my phone, right? Because like I look. Hey, yeah, you just got activated with Waller and Renfro, huh?
Yeah, dude, I'm back. Let's go. Big TD. Well, you know what I'm saying? First week I'm back. I bring a TD, you know what
Bro,
I'm saying?
he
Put a
was
TD on the
on he
board.
was on the IR, but yeah, Nate, no, but yeah, Nate, like we were all on our phone. I was like, bro, I wish Nate could have came with me because like not only would like Raider Geo
Man,
said
me
his primos
too.
would be a full effect, but like bro, I was like, bro, I need my primo here. Like, bro, Raiders primos is not what like when it's only us, like whether it's you, whether it's me, like Raiders primos is
Yeah.
still great because of the Raider Nation, but us together, bro, it's just a different show.
It's just like
It's a total
unstoppable
different
type
show,
shit.
and I'm just glad you're back, man. But
I
yeah,
mean, man, I've
but
been
dude, so
probably
we
the
were like all
busiest all year.
yeah, no,
Like
I mean it's
crazy.
holidays, man. It's holidays, so it's completely understandable. But yeah, dude, like we were all looking at our phones as I was telling the nation this on my recap on the recap show.
Yeah,
Like we were all on
we
our
was just
phones,
waiting
and
for overtime.
like yeah, we were waiting for overtime. We are like, okay, it's gonna go to overtime, and then Stevenson starts breaking out, and I hear the Patriots get loud. I look up, I'm like, hey, yo, what's happening? And then he pitches it back to freaking Jacoby Myers, and then I'm like,
Uh-huh.
as as soon as I see that pitch, I'm like, the fuck are they doing?
You
and
know what
then
would
and then he
suck?
pitches it
Yeah.
across the field, and as soon as Chandler Jones caught it, bro, like yeah, we the stadium got a little bit loud, but once he then
Uh-huh.
stiffed arm Mac Jones and broke away, oh, the stadium
Bro,
erupted.
I mean, shoot.
And again, dude,
I
Raiders
wouldn't get
fans and
louder to be.
Patriot fans both just shocked. Like they did not like you said. What did we
The whole
just
NFL was
witness?
shocked, bro.
What did we just see?
People that was watching baseball was shocked, bro.
Bro, people who were watching the
Like,
World Cup celebrating Argentina was
bro,
shocked.
bro, freaking Messi was shocked, bro. Like, I wouldn't. You said that the whole stadium broke out when he like stiffed arm, bro. I would have stayed quiet until he's hit the end zone because at that point anything can happen. If you see Chandler Jones get an interception from a lateral, bro, this man can literally trip at the 1 yard line. You can expect that now. That would be normal. So I'll be like,
Bro,
oh
imagine if
shoot,
that happened.
bro. Imagine if he
Imagine
fumbles,
if
trips
that
over
happened.
at the 1. Mac Jones runs it back to the 30-yard line, and the whole drive starts over again. And then everybody's like, overtime?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
bro.
that would be the weirdest way to go to overtime, bro. That would be the weirdest way. And yeah, Yeah, Alex Go says it wasn't an interception. It was a fumble recovery. That's what they credited it as, a fumble recovery and a fumble return for a touchdown. But yes, bro, Alex Ghost, wild finish it was Sunday. And then
That was
Nate, let's get
probably
your thoughts on this
crazy.
upcoming game. Of course, we want to give our respects to Franco Harris. He passed yesterday.
Oh yeah, that one guy.
It was early in the morning, bro. Like I was so shocked. I'm like,
Immaculate
man,
interception.
like right before they were gonna celebrate the immaculate reception, and they were gonna celebrate him too. Some of the scores here. Raider Geo says 17-9. That would be a funny score. 16-3 Raiders win with the Carlson field goal. I can see that.
I wouldn't need the Carlson points no more, but sure.
Of course, you would want that, but Demenis says Sin City stiff arm.
Bro? That boy Mac Jones walked out like, what do I do now with my life?
Dude, you gotta delete your Instagram at that point. Like
it's
your DMs are gonna get flooded.
Bro, I told Ed after that game, or like a day after that game, I said we put in Chandler Jones stiff arm or trucking up to 99 for real.
Oh yeah, you got to.
You have to,
bro. For real, because it's like, bro, he just like stiff arm him into the ground.
Bro, effortless.
But what are your real quick? We got something special that we're gonna be announcing next. I want to say we could announce it now, but for next week, because we're gonna be talking about it all the time. We're gonna be reminding you guys to try to spread the word out, because we do got something special, right, Nate, for the Niners game?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you remember?
I forgot I forgot we're still facing the Niners.
Yeah. Don't be scared, bro. It's okay. I know that
they're just just that irrelevant.
Oh damn! Shots fired already. Already. Too bad Garrett
I forgot that there was a team in San Francisco.
I think he left. Dude, how do you have a team, bro? I was like, bro, why can't the Raiders go to Sacramento and still get called Oakland?
Hey, I mean,
since the Niners could go to Santa Clara and the Raiders still be called San Francisco.
Raiders moving to Sac. I
wouldn't be mad about it. That's a 2-hour drive rather than an 8-hour drive, bro. Count me in that all day.
Yeah, you facts.
But yes, so for the Niners game, guys, it is going to be our first watch party with Raiders Primos while we are reacting to the Raiders and the Niners game. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
So yes, that is what we're doing for Sunday. We are going to be doing a Raiders and Niners watch party on for the game. Like I said, we are going to be asking, spread the link around. We are going to get as many Raider fans in here to just kick it with Raiders Primos, and maybe we can see who else we could bring on that's going to react with us. But yes, we are going to having a watch party for Raiders and Niners.
Yes, sir. We better have, bro.
Hey,
I'm gonna wear all my Raiders stuff. Put all my Raiders in the bag, bro. I'm gonna be Raiders pimping. Make sure we out Raider the Niners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Also, me and Nate, we might be bringing on a Niner fan for that watch party.
Yeah. This humbug.
Well, speaking of the Niner fan.
Oh, you're back, huh? Now that you see I'm on, huh? You freaking Jerry Rice Bowl.
Now the Niners, but yes. Also, real quick, want to pay our respects. Renee Ravoda, thank you for pulling up. The ball hit the ground, but RIP Mr. Harris. Yeah. Al's Go says Cam Hayward interviewed Franco Harris on Tuesday afternoon. Harris then died Wednesday morning. RIP. Man, that's
That's
tough. That's really tough, man.
Hey,
that's what I'm saying. My heart goes out.
I feel like
my heart goes out to the Franco Harris family and the Steelers organization.
I feel like Franco Harris was like the equivalent of not Bo Jackson, but like um
Like a legend.
Darren McFadden to us. I don't know.
He was a legend. I think really he was a legend. The immaculate reception really made him a legend. But I
Yeah.
mean, just for what he did after him retiring from football, he would always he hung out with Raider fans. Every time the Steelers came down to the Coliseum, he would hang out with Raider fans. He was always known as a really great guy outside of football. With the fans, with his community. Like, man, Franco Harris, he's up there in heaven, rest in peace to him.
In a better place for surely.
Yeah, he's in a better place, Back to the Niner fan up in here. Can this man
back
write
to
more?
this
Can this man write more than just 3 letters?
Bro, 3 letters. No, lol, rip. Bro, all 3 letters.
Like, bro, Garrett Parker, is that what Kyle Shanahan's telling you to draw up?
Bro, literally, run. 3 letters. Give it to Debo.
Bro, I seen a meme with Kyle Shanahan. It said, I kiss all of my quarterbacks on the lips before they leave the tunnel, like in typical San Franciscan show fashion. And it was because he doesn't know when he'll see them again because they're always gonna get injured.
Dead, bro. That's
bro, Garrett, bro. Like,
nah.
Let's go back to some Raiders topics, bro. Renee Ravoda says that Colt touchdown, though, fire. What did you think about that Keelan Cole touchdown? Renee?
That did not revise his future. He still got the biggest, he still needs different gloves. He still needs to he needs different hands. He needs different eyes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that didn't do him any good. I don't care. That didn't do him any good. Well, that did, but that didn't save his future.
What about the call itself, though? What did you think about the call itself? Them ruling it was a time.
I mean, that call was like it was like he wanted to win the game, or not win the game, but
you're trying to go around this question. My question is, bro, was his foot out?
Oh, you're talking. Oh, I'm
yeah.
There's 2 different calls that I thought you were asking: the coach call or the referee call.
No, the touchdown. No, the Keelan Cole touchdown.
Oh,
that they called a touchdown.
Yeah, bro, he was touchdown.
In. They reviewed it and they said he was in still.
He was in, bro.
I think
I saw black in between.
I think he was in. I said this when I was at the game and I was seeing it on the Jumbotron. I was saying it looks like he's out, but him kicking up black grass is gonna then put his feet in. It has to put his feet in if he's kicking up black grass, because if he's out, then he will be kicking up white grass. And you know what I kept hearing from Patriots fans, what they were crying about? The Patriots fans were crying like, but what about the call on us that they did earlier in the game that they ruled it out of bounds? I'm like, bro, that was hella obvious. He had 1 foot out of bounds. Like, what the fuck? You can't compare
be
that
crying about no calls.
You cannot be crying about that call and then our call, because our receiver is making it hard because he's actually showing that he's in, where your receiver doesn't know how to keep 2 feet in bounds.
They can't be crying about no calls from the day that the earth was made till the day that the earth explodes, because that freaking tuck rule. I swear, if I hear a Patriots fan complain about a call, bro.
What should they be crying about? They always get the calls.
For real. Freaking Tom Brady.
Funny that the whole time that we're getting the calls, I kept looking at all the Patriots fans, and I'm like, "Welcome to our world."
Bro, facts.
Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good.
You're welcome. You're welcome into our Raider Nation stadium, where we just get all the calls against us.
Right. This time it just went on you. But Renee Ravoda says clutch catch and throw from Carr, bro.
I mean, it was a good
that was
throw.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say good. It was a great throw. Like he put it in
Yeah.
the only position that Keelan Cole can get it. But I will say this, Nate, and people kill me for this. Why do I still get on him? Is he doesn't make throws like that consistently. I mean, that last drive, when I went back and watched like the game, dude, that last drive, bro, I haven't seen that DC in a long time. Like that's the DC that I begged for to come out. He's the throws he was making on that last drive. Like,
you know what's crazy is that
amazing
you
throw.
see,
Amazing throw.
I don't know. It's like you want to think about what changed that game, but then you're also like you want to you also tend to overthink things because that was just one game, and I'm like, we haven't really seen that much when Devontae and Waller and Renfro and the whole team was healthy on the field, and it's like that last drive, this man Carr was kind of slinging that bit.
Yeah.
And it was like, especially that middle throw down, boom,
bro.
in the middle.
That's what I'm saying.
He slang that thing.
I said, that's the Derek Carr that we begged for, Nate. Like me and you have probably been seen as us as Raider haters, but no, like we begged for that Derek Carr. Seen on that last drive, we begged for that quarterback.
It just sucks because we actually have to beg for that. Like that, we have to beg for it.
Yeah.
And
it
only comes when we're standing up watching the game, not when we're sitting down watching the game.
Right. It's got to be in the last minutes and that's my next question to him. Is like, if I was to ask him, like, bro, why can't you do that in the third quarter? Why can't you do that in the early in the fourth quarter? Like, why does it have to come down to the last minute? It's amazing for ticket sales. Don't get me wrong. Like, amazing for, it's an amazing to make the game go down in history as maybe one of the top finishes and stuff like that. But us Raider fans would like to go home with our hearts still beating.
Yeah, bro. I don't remember the last game with him that we had 3 of those or 3 or 4 of the drives in one game, like before the fourth quarter.
Yeah. If he could, like I said, if he could do that consistently, because that's my biggest knock on him is that he's just not consistent. Like what we seen on that game-winning drive, like the way the ball was coming out, like you know how I am when it comes to passing the ball. Like,
oh yeah, because you're a quarterback, bro.
Yeah,
you know how to throw that.
Yeah, when we play, I'm usually the quarterback. Like when Derek Carr was, bro, it was just a thing of beauty when he was like the two first throws to Mac Hollins. Beautiful.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? 2 of the same exact plays.
Dude,
you know what that means? They were doing what was working. Wow.
Josh McDaniels finally did what we've been begging him to do.
What's working, keep on doing it. And they did that play that worked.
Man, I think now I do have to ask, like, how do you see Derek Carr playing in this game? You know, we're praising him, guys. Like, people seen this. We're praising him. We're giving, like, we are over here raving about Derek Carr. But we got to bring him up in these cold games. It is going to be 11 degrees at kickoff.
11? Bro, I ain't going, bro. I'm calling the day off. I'm calling the day off, bro. 11 degrees, bro. You ain't gonna be catching me walking on the field, running around, throwing a football in 11 degrees, bro. Heck nah, bro. You already paid me. I already got my paycheck. Oh, heck nah, bro. I'm with my family on Christmas.
Derek Carr's like, hey, bro, I got church Sunday.
Yeah, bro. I gotta be home.
Stay home so I can make
gotta go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I gotta put all the presents under my Christmas tree for the kids. You know what I'm saying? They got cookies for me. You know,
bro. Cookies sound fire right now. I'm not gonna lie,
bro.
Some chocolate chip cookies.
Bro, my parents make cookies.
Bro, it would it wouldn't be a Raiders Primos live without us mentioning food, huh?
Bro, facts. Is it not just like every time that we just mention
every time we're together, Every time we're together, we talk. We
Every
have to
time,
bring
bro.
food into it. Whether it's Van City
Food.
bringing up chicken. I remember he brought up
I
barbecue
remember
chicken when we
that.
played the Chargers.
I
And then
freaking
someone
remember
brought up
that,
hamburgers. I forgot who brought that up. And then I'm over here bringing up cookies.
bro.
Who doesn't love
Sounds
their food,
busting
bro?
right
Shout
now.
out, bro. Shout out to DC for bringing us food.
Facts. Bro, he really does because he makes the game more nervous, and that just makes us have to like eat us. Wait, not eat us, but eat.
Wait, what?
Pause.
What? Wait, yo, pause.
Yeah,
That
that's a
is
big
major.
pause.
So make us go eat food is what you're saying because we're like so nervous.
Yeah, nervously eating.
Back to the question though, Nate. How do you feel about Derek Carr in this cold weather game? 11 degrees at kickoff. He's 0-6 in cold weather games. That's 37 degrees or less. Has 19 points. That's the highest the offense has ever scored in these such games with Carr. Carr has 5 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, averaging 57%. Your take, Nate. Floor is all yours.
I mean, who's gonna win, Najee Harris or Josh Jacobs? Najee Harris or Josh Jacobs? Because you know dang well Pickett ain't gonna do nothing with our freaking pass rush since they want to stay warm when it's 11 degrees, so they're just gonna run. I mean, shoot, everybody just
Crosby,
bro. Everybody's just gonna. Even the wide receivers, they're like, screw it. I'm not gonna block. I'm just gonna run my route because it's freaking cold. Like, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a Josh Jake. It's gonna be a running game. It's gonna be a defensive game, and I feel like their defense is a bit better, but we have a better offensive running game. I mean,
it's gonna be whose run defense is gonna step up.
Really. Yeah, that bro, they got a decent defense. Not in fantasy though. If we manage to, man, the Niners.
I know where he's leading with this. I know where he's leading. I know where Renee is leading with this, and okay,
it'll feel awesome. Yeah, it'll feel awesome.
Okay. It will feel awesome. I thought Renee was going somewhere else with that. I'm like, we're not bringing the P word up in here, okay?
Bro,
we are not bringing the P word.
Awesome. Yes.
I mean, at least
awesome. It'll feel really awesome if we defeat the last 2 teams. But this one, yeah, it'll be a run game, and I feel like we might. If it actually comes down to throwing the ball, then I guess Derek Carr likes to, go off on the last drive like he always does, and then we kind of win. And then Daniel Carlson, he kind of hits everything.
More. I think it was Raider Gio that brought it up. I agree more with this, or no, Oz Goes brought it up. I agree more with this. 16-3 Raiders won with the Carlson field goal. I agree with that more. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. Like the 11 degrees, that's not a schedule for high scoring football.
Yeah. I would prefer a 2 touchdown game. Would be boring, but
maybe 21-10.
I mean, I hope so. Because if we're 16-3, bro, I heard that the number 16 was cursed, bro. Because if you look at the Broncos,
I mean,
you always see those scores like that. Game. Yeah, bro. If you haven't heard from the Broncos, they always lose if they reach 16 points. And that's what happened against the Rams. So, I mean, I would prefer not to be that low. But if that does happen, hopefully we win. It'll be kind of embarrassing if it's close, in my eyes, because we're going against Pickett.
Okay.
Because I feel like, come on, you can't lose against
Pickett. I can understand. You can't. And then what would you say is your offensive MVP and defensive MVP?
Can't say the O line because TJ Watt's gonna go dummy. Can't say Derek because he's not gonna throw more than 200 yards this game. Can't say any of the receivers because they want to go home. Yeah, I just have to go with the obvious and go JJ for the offense, and then defense. Let's go. I wanna say Rock. I wanna say the Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but he's not playing.
he's not playing.
Rockinson, yeah, he's not playing.
I'm so behind, bro. Like, I haven't looked at nothing, bro. Like, when did he get hurt? Bro, I don't even know if he's hurt, bro. I'm just saying people on our roster.
Bro, Rockinson is out with the knee. Zamir White's questionable. Dylan Parham is questionable.
Zamir White?
Darren,
what happened to him?
Darren Butler is questionable. Andrew Billings is questionable. Jackson Barton is questionable. Alex Bars is questionable. Deron Harmon is playing, and so is Jermaine Illuminor.
Why? Why do you have
so who's your defensive MVP?
Playing?
I don't know.
Let's go Max, because he hasn't had one of those games that he just goes crazy for a while. Let's say Max gets 2 touchdowns. I mean, I wish 2 sacks.
What, bro? Madden? Like, we're doing Madden again?
2 sacks. 2 sacks minimum. I wish he would have gotten 2 touchdowns. Imagine 2 touchdowns. Shoot.
Like a fumble recovery for a pick or a fumble recovery for a touchdown, then a pick for a touchdown. Crazy.
Shoot. Man, should be.
And then give me your bold prediction. Bold
prediction. Let's go. Okay, so 2 touchdowns, 17. Let's go 20 to 13. 20 to 13. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just walk out because everybody wants to leave because it's too cold. Is that going to be... Wait, is it going to be at 11 degrees? It's only going to get colder, huh? Because it's like during the nighttime?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock p.m. their time.
Sheesh. That's tough.
So real quick before we head out, we're going to call it a night. Also, our boy Doxy and T just went live. He is on with Stu, and he is on with Wasted. So go check him out at Doxy and T. But on the way out, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and hit that bell on our end so you guys can be notified when we go live. But real quick, before we get out, Renee says, when was the last time we beat the Niners at home? Renee, that was back in 2014 when the rookie quarterback Derek Carr had 3 touchdown passes against the playoff contending San Francisco 49ers in the Oakland Coliseum week.
He repeats that, baby.
Week 14.
He repeats that. 3 touchdowns, bro.
Derek Carr had 3 touchdowns, no picks. I believe around like 250 yards passing. With a 24-13 win over the San Francisco 49ers.
Man.
And I think Colin Kaepernick was the quarterback at the time.
Ew.
They got Mr. Irrelevant at quarterback. So, bro, there's no reason we shouldn't sack this man.
Bro, they better feast.
But anyways, guys, we love y'all. Hopefully we can get more videos like this with me and Nate. We get Raiders Primos in full force to end the night. We love y'all.
We will be really limited. We will be really limited for this whole weekend, though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This is what we're really limited.
We will try to do maybe a reaction show to the Steelers and Raiders, but might be a quick vid or something. But yeah, maybe. Take care, guys. Merry Christmas. Have a great time with your guys' families. Hug them, love them. This is a special time. God bless everyone that pulled up. We love you all. Merry Christmas to everyone.